Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Okay, it looks like we got a live stream today. Forgive me for the start. Um, that's just my test. Welcome, savvy seniors, degenerates, and everybody else. Let's take a look and see what we got today and have a little fun, see what's going on this beautiful Saturday. We're gonna check out some things. How's everybody doing today? Hit me up in the live chat and tell me how your day's going, what you're holding at this time, and how you're feeling. Pretty wild market right now. Nobody knows what's going on. There's a lot of news going around, and that always scares people. There's a lot of FUD. Uh, to be fair, Kennedy got elected, and he's extremely pro crypto. So let's see what happens there. So let's jump into the charts and try to block the FUD and all the fear tactics that's trying to run us away here and get us out of crypto as hopefully the market blasts to the top along with altcoins and everything. Because right now, Bitcoin seems to have the show as altcoins like RUNE here at the top, for example. I mean, as you can see, this top green line right here is trending down. And it's been trending down since the top of May 2021. Well, guess what? Go away in May is the saying. Uh, sell in May and go away, right? So, well, will that happen this year? We don't know. Um, I does history repeat itself? Sure. Does it rhyme? Absolutely. It doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. And this season is a little different. So normally we get a January, February blast um to the top, and that hasn't really happened. Well, if you think about it, we had a big move prior to Trump's uh, right at the election, right? Right before the election. Once he got elected, I forgot the exact date, but I mean, Bitcoin went from what, 69,000 to 109,000. That's a large move. So we're waiting on another one, and let's try to see when it's going to happen, which is almost impossible for anybody to predict. But we have some tools that may help to see what's going on, and that's the beautiful part. So um, let's talk about Rune here at the top. And I kind of mentioned, right? So I just wanted to give a couple ideas about, when what happened when Bitcoin moved, uh, what it's doing in the past and what it's gonna do now. So we talked about the recent movement. Let's talk about what Rune did in the past. So as you can see right here, like I was saying, so we're on the weekly time frame here, and you have the top-ish right here with the wicks. Candle closes down here, depending on what time frame you're on, right? Because when you go down to the 4 hour, the 2 hour, the hourly, the candle closes will be up here, but on the weekly, it won't represent those candle closes, which puts it down here, and that's how I start my trend lines. And I notice everybody draws it a little bit different, but I do appreciate the way I've been drawing them as I might be able to show you how many of my trend lines have been playing out perfectly. I mean, there's so many different indicators you can use. Here's volume, for example. I like volume. Some people like the RSI, which I have down here on Aave. Um, it's a great way to find bullish and bearish divergence. Uh, I also like to do that with volume, which is why I have this one on Rune, and I had the RSI down here. Um, just to see the different, it's different ways you want confirmation from different indicators of which way we're going to go, up or down. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm kind of rambling here. I was just happy that I got this stream going, and let's try to jump into a couple things here. So again, like I was saying with Rune, so we have this downtrend. You got a top and the bottom. We went up to the top. Down, up, down, up, right? So we're gonna look at this. I mean, that's what crypto does. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And our goal is to catch the up moves, and that's what we're trying to do right now. So check this out, yeah. Of course, right? So December 2020, uh, right here you'll notice, guess what? May, right? So that's what everybody's concerned about. We're coming up on May. There's the top. And I mean, look at that move. We went from Room went from $21 ish to, yeah, that's $2, $3, $4 down there. That's a pretty big move, and then straight back up to 17, right? That's October. So May crash, October top. You had a little, yeah, of course, November-ish top right there, and kind of went down and right back up to October. So that's kind of your cycle, right? And back down, and I'll explain more about that. Back down, February, top March, there we go, getting into that March, April, May. Again, that's 2022. This one was 2021, a year later, May again, boom. Um, and we just had this consolidation right here, bear market lows, bear market lows, bear market lows. Guess where we're back to? Bear market lows. Which, I mean, if you buy down here, it's not financial advice, and I'm just doing what I like to do, but I do like to share what I like to do with other people as it's been working out, and I can show that with some of my charts and some fun things I got going on here, and people say, "What's next?" Well, we're Rune, right? So I did draw um a little something on Rune, which I think is on the bottom. Think I moved Rune up? Yes, I did. Just messing around with Rune a little bit and had some more fun with it. But I don't see what I did. So let's take a look at this. This is pretty cool right here. Back to the top up here, right? This is what I was talking about with the volume right here. And don't mind me as I jump around because, like I said, I had a lot of trouble starting the stream, which is no problem. It happens. Uh, however, I kind of lost my little game plan here. And look at a couple different things. As I said, we took a look at Rune. We took at it. We saw it. How it's hitting the bear market lows. This is down there, and so with the bear market lows, I mean, what? People are scared. It creates fear. We're at the huge drop. We're at the bottom, but you saw what happened the other times of Rune on the bear market lows. It completely go back and look at what I was saying. It just blasted up. I mean, a huge blast up to the top. Um, as you see, I'm getting Bitcoin ready, and take a look at XRP down here. Look what, see, I have a lot of fun stuff going on with XRP. Let's take this Bitcoin down to a lower time frame. Yeah, you see that? So there's my little channel. And it's just working that channel. Bitcoin is working the channel. Look at that. It's quite beautiful if you ask me. Go out to the daily, which is where I was at before. Look at that. I mean, to me, that's very nice. Nice consolidation right here. We went above the range. So there's my trend lines. We went above trend. We went above trend. These little wicks below trend. That's a nice support level right there. Support is just wicks below, which means these wicks mean it's rejecting it. Wants to go wants to go back up. So it's wicking off the bottom. There's no no bearish strength to bring it down, and it just rips back up. Hits the bottom, rips back up. Hits the bottom, rips back up. Hits the bottom, rips back up. That's a solid trend line right there. Same as the top trend line. Look at us. Consolidation above it and right back below it. And let's see if we get one more hit down here. Now, what I do like is that wick, that could be a final wick. You might have to come get it. I mean, you came back here and you got half of it, right? That's the wick right there, and you came and recovered half that wick. So you could get this continuation up right here. Now look at the date below us at the bottom of the screen, February 25th, the bottom right. Okay, we go up here, and you can go down here, February, consolidate. I mean, you could technically do this till March, but that's not what we want, right? We want this. We want straight up. And I would appreciate that. And I kind of expecting that the move up. And uh mm, this is a big concern right here. That this straight up move and this level right here, I'm gonna show you why. That's a big concern for me. So let's turn off the volume. Volume off. I like this the hybrid system. I learned a lot about it from watching other YouTubers and my own studies. I started watching a YouTuber and he appreciates the hybrid system, and after studying it, it tends to work out, and I'm gonna show you. So a couple examples. So ah these bright green candles, these are called green vector candles in the hybrid system, and the red is they're all vector candles, right? Not all of them, but the bright colored ones, they break up really high. Now, in my time in crypto, these tend to get recovered. And the best part about that is it doesn't have to get recovered now. So we could go straight up and um we could go, I mean, directly straight up from here, and this could be our bear market lows. We can come back and get these later. Now let's see if we can, so you see we have some more down here, 62. Let's keep going. We'll try to. Now you notice this one is open, and that that red candle right there um recovered half of this green candle right here. Mm, So recovering half the move is fine for a move up. Some people really love these red vector candles. They always get recovered also. I shouldn't say always, but most of the time they get recovered. Again, look at all of this bright green right here. Bright green, bright green. Now look what happened to go to the right. Look at that. I mean, you're coming back down to they were right here, right to the left of us to recover those candles. This one. So there's a, hey, here we go. We got some more. And they call this, right? They call these, we'll leave the names alone, but they call these a lot of different things. Now here's three. The power of three. Three candles. The power of three means Bitcoin's probably going to come back and get those. Now, if we go to the right, it did come back and get those. As you can see here, that they're right over here, here, and here. There's more down here, right? See where that block is created, that gray, light gray box? So all of these got recovered. The power of three that I showed you. Now you notice, this is the daily time frame. There's not necessarily three down here, but they were left to be by themselves, and they were never recovered. You have more. All these gray boxes are mostly green vector candles going up. So as you can see, now we're down here at 30,000. We got one right here at 27,000. So what I'm doing is trying to figure out where the bear market lows are going to be, but that's not the fun of everything. That's just a look of the to the possible future and trying to see where we could go here with Bitcoin. Um, keep going up. This is what we want, just straight up, right? Lots of fun, lots of money in our pockets, paying ourselves, and hopefully taking some nice vacations, some cruises, and whatever you enjoy, the snow, the islands, um, maybe some space rides soon with all the fun stuff that's going out with the space industry. We'll be going to the moon for vacation soon at a hefty price, I'm sure. So let's go back to talk about what we're looking at now. We're going to go down here to XRP and take a look at XRP. I do enjoy looking at XRP, and as you can see, I have a lot of scribbling and tons of trend lines that go all the way back to last year. But let's see what's going on now. So as you can see, I have these two lines that just creates the upward sloping trend line. Um, I gotta fix it a little bit. It's okay, easy, but no problem. It still represents all the same stuff. I mean, because we're going off of those solid candles right there with the wicks. If you don't know what a wick is, it's just these little things right here that don't have a solid body like these. Nice solid body. These are just wicks. You see that the blue trend line going this way? Trend line is kind of like support and resistance. If you can draw them and find them, it's a lot of fun. And you notice this trend line I got right here is like perfect top. A little double top right there, you can call that. They stuck together right there at the top. Look at that rejection wick. See the wick right there? It didn't like that. It hit that trend line, wicked up and said, no, thank you. I went straight down off of the trend line, right? That's a pretty hard rejection. Um, Now, where did that come from? So this is what we want to look at, because when the market starts going absolutely ham, eventually it stops, and you want to be able to take your money out and not see it go all the way back down, right? So if you make $1 million or $1 or $5 or $100,000, whatever it is, you don't want to see it go up to 1,000 or 100,000 and watch it go all the way back down to zero. That's painful. I've been through that. Um, and that's the best part about having a little bit of experience in the game, which um, it's a lot compared to some and none compared to others. So it depends who you talk to and who you look at on different streaming platforms. And anyway, let's get into XRP a little bit. And as I was saying, so right here, we came up from, let's just go here, November, of course, right? So right before Christmas, this is last year, 2024. Let's keep going right up into Christmas. 27th. This is what everybody was expecting this year, and this is what happened. And Christmas Eve, on December 3rd, right? It's early December. It's kind of the same thing as this year. It's just a year ago. We went right back up. That's December 17th. And I think that's right on point with what happened this year. With crypto, Bitcoin, and altcoins. You kind of hit the top right there. You sunk down into that's Christmas Eve, right? And I mean New Year's Eve, and then right back up, right back down. And it's notice we broke up out. So you had this triangle that I drew right here, and notice you got these tight crosses. I have some videos from back, you know, I'll have to go through and look right here. I had arrows pointing straight up as it got tight right there between that blue line and that blue line crossed, and it squeezed Bitcoin and straight up. So that move technically right here, you had a cross. It didn't like lots of support. See all these trends crossing us? One, two. There's three trend lines right there, and it tapped those and just retested this support right here. Support and resistance is a different topic for those that are not familiar with it. But anyway, I mean, beautiful, just straight up from that's a dollar 50 move almost, depending where you start from, and then if you go back, it's even more. But what I say is, look at Bitcoin goes up, or XRP or altcoins. This is XRP, and it comes back down. Now this this is where you want to buy. This is your sweet spot. This is when fear is created in the market. You see that right there, that top. You notice it comes back down to that top, consolidates in that range, and before. You see the blue line right there, you were getting resistance. Couldn't get above it, couldn't get above it, couldn't get above it. Um, right here, this is the line. These are chilling on right now. See, that was support. That line was support right here. This sideways line, if you can follow which line I'm on, with the center of my hash right here. Let's go to the sideways line. I found support right here and perfect right here. Look at that. Support, support, and there's also support and resistance with the candles. Right now, I'm just talking about the trend lines. And that's the daily. And if you look, it's just been consolidating, right? There's so many different ways to draw this. Let's go take a deeper look at XRP. What I really like about it is when you zoom in, you can see a little more with these trend lines. So there's that cross again. Where's bounce up, upper trend line resistance. Now look, this previous trend line, you hit this upper one, rejection, rejection, support, support. It's found support on this upward sloping trend line, support, and then just kidding. Now look, you found support on the bottom trend line, support, support, support. This was a big level of support right here. If you notice, it came from previous consolidation right here. This was all nice, beautiful consolidation. And you skip all that, skip the let's move up and go right here. You're right in line with that. Right here. You're fine consolidating right back here in this little consolidation period. Now you come over here, I mean, just look at that. Off of this downtrend, I mean, in this bottom line, this little triangle right here, where it came together, where this, let me go back and show you. Where this big triangle is all this right here. Look at the triangle, the downsloping top, the flat bottom line. Now you notice that same triangle came down here with the flat line at the bottom where they met. I mean, I mean, it found beautiful support. Hit it. Look at that. Look at where it squeezes even, where the triangle comes together right here. Look at that double bottom. Those candles close at the that's agreement, right? That's you like to see that on the bigger time frames. There was agreement that was the bottom, and it wicked right off of that bottom. Look at that. The wick was right between those two trend lines that came together. And the only reason I'm, kind of harping on the trend lines is there's a lot of different indicators you can use. But if you can learn to draw trend lines, which is just on your own time, watching other people or doing your own studies like I like to do. I enjoy watching people. You learn a lot of different stuff from watching different people, right? However, there's nothing like better than studying yourself. You see your own, you see what like the patterns you're creating yourself, what you're looking at, what you like to look at, what you don't like to look at, because we're all different individually, right? So what I like to look at, maybe my other friends don't. I can zoom in really quick here on the hourly and see the bottom, the top. This is without any indicators, without any volume, without a million indicators I can put on here. And right now on the hourly time frame with Bitcoin up here, I would pay attention to those, especially that double top right there. Look at that. That's agreement rejection, consolidation, agreement support. See those two, support, and they're just agreeing that at the time that that was the top and the bottom. So for now, I wouldn't look too far left. I mean, I already know what's left, but to the left of us, when you look left at Bitcoin's previous candles, closes and opens and all the patterns. But for now, I kind because I know I'm just going to pay attention to this 96, and let's do the candle closes right here. Go right here, 96.6 to 98.5, and I pay attention to that. Now, when you go back further, if you don't know, and look back a little bit, and now you kind of look at these trend lines. We got now if we stick to the stay away in May plan, then if that's the same this year, go to the right and see what's going on in May, where the trend lines end up. Look at that, they start crossing. Right here, March, April, May. So do we make like these? You went above the trend line. You went above the trend line. Now, what can happen in here? Do we break out faster and just skyrocket and go straight up to 175,000, 200,000, 125, 150, whatever your thoughts are, $1 million. Everybody has a speculation, of 500,000, 750, 700,000 of what it's going to go to. Um, you notice I have I kind of like that $200,000 range up there and 175. I looked at a lot of different indicators and I measured this and drew this and that and had a lot of fun. And I saw in the charts, what I was looking at, on my free time, I saw 125K, 150K with 200K with with ease almost. It doesn't mean it's gonna go there, right? It's um, my fun time, and I do some different things, and I appreciated what I saw when I took a look at it, and I personally believe it doesn't. It's just a belief, and what I think that that's gonna happen, can happen, might happen, may will, however we want to look at it. Um, see what happens. And let's take a look at something else. XRP is always fun to look at. It just respects the trend lines are just so beautiful there. If you notice, like you see these back here, there's nothing there. Um, but once you start to create it, it just look at that. It plays out so perfectly, and they all come together. So that if you go back, you see, pay attention to those two lines. Everything that happens is either above, below, or in them. And it doesn't go above or below very much. So once you got above it, you are above those two lines, you just stayed in there. And that's the new upward sloping trend. And unless you completely lose it down here, but look how it's holding that upward sloping trend, the bottom of it. I mean, it's finding such nice support right there. Um, doesn't mean you can't go a little bit lower or wick lower. I mean, if you want some more Bitcoin or more XRP, for example, for cheaper prices, then you look for this instead of buying up here. If you think it's going to go up from here, well, there you got up here back to the 350 range and possibly more. So I drew these lines, and it's like, I mean, these little arrows right here. Was I kind of expecting that to be some type of support coming in, even if we wick back below like these two wicks right here, and then just explode up to the top. It'd be fun, it's fun to watch and exciting, and euphoria comes in the market. We have lots of fun. Everybody's in a good mood. Nobody's depressed anymore, even if you only have $5 in there half the time, and everybody's excited, and we're gonna have some good times, and I look forward to streaming during those times. You don't mind me moving stuff around as I pay attention to what's going on. Let's take a look at Doge. You know what? Let's take a look at Aave. I was looking at Aave earlier today. This is Ethereum coin, but what I like about it is we're rejecting I'm gonna show you in a second. So yeah, I got another triangle, and you saw what happened to when you saw me showing you this on XRP, and you remember what happened over here when it came back and touched it, it just exploded up. Let's see when this triangle comes together. What do you know? I mean, I don't really want this to go that far out, March. It could, but that's not what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a nice explosion up to the top here. So let's look down here. We're looking at Aave. Now, when you look at Aave, you're coming. So let's go back. So over here, look at this. There's the top. Bam, right off of this blue trend line. Found beautiful support, and you saw what happened. It just went straight up off of that trend line. You hit it again right here. So when is this? This is December last year, right? This is what everybody was thinking that was gonna happen. Um, which did played out in December, back down, didn't come quite back to it, back up, back down right here. So we found another bottom January that just happened, right? 13th, back that little above the trend. I didn't like it up there. Stay below this, right back down. Now it didn't come back down to this support. You see, so back up, rejection, above rejection, above rejection. Now you come back below. And you just come back right here to that's November 2024. What do you know? There's the support that we're at right now, in a sense. November 2024. Now, anyway, that line is comes right back up here and we get rejected off of the bottom of it. So keeping an eye on Abe. And to me, again, I'm thinking this is more fear with everything that's going on in the market. Nobody feels comfortable. Have a ton of political stuff going on that is keeping everybody, well, not everybody, some people that are enjoying it and enjoying all the fear and the FUD, and that's what some people live off of, and they really enjoy it. And me, not so much. I like the cool, calm, collective, and straight rides up, and everybody's on the same page. And um, so when, for example, with the initial talk about before Trump got elected and all that, and we're still on, nobody really knew what was happening. Uh, he was promoting and pushing crypto before this crash, well, not crash, but the down move we just recently had, which got a lot of buy-in. Bitcoin went straight up after he was elected, even before he got in office. We just, like I said, we went from 69, 70,000 to straight up, and that was a huge move. 30 something thousand-dollar move, right? 30,000 and some change. Um, uh, listen, now, that's before anything got passed, before any of uh his plans for crypto and the people he put under him that would help crypto and get some things in place do whatever it is they want to do. But it's right on time for the bull year if you think about it. So everything is lining up perfect. Uh, mm, this is technically supposed to be the bull year, and everybody was again, everybody was expecting us to move straight up, much faster. Uh, but because everybody was expecting it is probably why it didn't happen. I mean, you gotta think, unfortunately, the money we collect is um money people are somebody else is putting there for us to collect as we take profits as the price goes up. And at the end of the day, they don't want to give away their money. So they're gonna be real strategic with the way Bitcoin moves. And um as you can see, I mean, look at this. If you're in these moves right here with Bitcoin at the top, this chop box, yeah, I mean, look, you have 109K, which is the local top, down to 100, back up to 107, down to 98, and it's worse in the past. 106, think you're going back up. Oh, new all-time high coming. Just kidding. That hurts. 91,000. Back up 102, right above the trend, and now what are we doing now? The same thing as you go back, right? Look at, oh my gosh, look at that. So, I mean, that's just hurts if you're in the market. 108,000 to 91,000. So this I didn't even show you these. Look at this, man. Look at this mess. 90,000, 103, 92, 108. Boy, they're gonna try to chop us out. So that's why they say DCA is the best way to make your money. And as the price goes down, you add a little bit. As the price goes up and you're in profit, you take a little bit. And when it goes back down, but you just keep going and adding money and taking profits. And as when the coins go back down, you DCA a little more. So um, buy the bottom and sell the top. Unfortunately, uh, because of human emotions, a lot of many people end up um, buying the top and selling the bottom, like I've done many times, and it's not fun, right? But the best part is if you're spot trading which means you're just buying and selling, you're not leverage trading, you're not betting basically which way it's gonna go, uh, which can change really fast. Spot, I try to stay away from leverage. I mean, a lot of money can be made from there, but your money can also go. It just vanish, which is it's not fun, right? It's especially I've never put extremely large amounts of money in there because I don't like losing my money. And this is a casino, especially on the weekends when there's less money in the market on the weekends, and that's where the casino tends to play out. Is it doesn't take as much buying or selling power to move the market because in the weekends there's like and the stock guys, the Monday through Friday guys are on their boats on the weekend, so they're not leveraging millions of multi-millions or whatever on the weekends. They're out having fun. So if one person makes a large buy, the market will move much faster on the weekend, for example. Same thing at nights, afternoon. Uh, when the Asia market mm, comes into play, Sydney, Asia, Tokyo, and in the evening, they don't have large liquidity coming in, so it's easier to move that market up and down. Now, London comes in bright and early in the morning, 2 or 3 a.m. I forget what time it is right now. They have a little bit more liquidity. Still not US liquidity, so you get big moves in the London market or early morning. So a lot of people, they stay up all night in the 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m. By the time 2:30 comes, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, you're exhausted. You go to sleep. London market opens up and just absolutely explodes or um you know, gets wrecked going down, or sometimes it just goes sideways on a quiet market. So most people actually go to sleep early, 8 o'clock, so, um, and a lot of Forex traders, they wake up, if you know what Forex is, or any leverage traders, they're waking up at 3 a.m., 3:30, 4 a.m. to try to catch those big London moves. Uh, Forex, they love London. The Forex traders, that's the leverage trading. They really, really like the London market. Most of my Forex friends, they're up, and I'll just wake up and I'm a spot bag holder, which means I don't leverage trade. I just DCA, and uh, it's safer. There's much less anxiety, unless you're in a bear market and it's always going down. If it goes up, you can take profit, and down and up and down. So let's get back to the charts and see what else is going on. Let's talk about Rune, right? And let's bring it on the top chart up here. We talked about Rune at the beginning. Let's take another look at it real quick. The reason why I like Rune here, I had a friend point it out to me. So, you know what? I was bored, and I said, well, let's take a look at Rune and see what's going on. And I sent him a little picture of what I came up with, and just adding volume to the chart. And look at this. So what I want to show you about Rune, this bottom green line that I'm moving down there right here. I'm gonna put it, make a trend line with it using the volume down here at the bottom. I'm gonna make a trend line with volume, for example. Now, if you notice, that green line is going up. It's up sloping. It's up and to the right. Started down here at 2021, really low, and it just continues to go up. Now, look at Rune. So Rune 2021 is up here, and it continues to go down. Now, that's considered bullish divergence, which is what we all would love to look at and see. I mean, anybody can appreciate bullish divergence because you're hoping it's going to play out, um, and almost expecting it to play out in a sense. It doesn't mean it has to, because this is crypto and anything can happen. Black swan events, and we've seen lots of those in the past. And it seems to mostly happen in May. But as you can see, again, we'll go back to Rune up here. Up, 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 volumes up, up, explosion right here, volume, but there's no explosion up here, right? So you have the volume explosion. I can make this a little bigger. You have the volume explosion, but not not Rune explosion. Look at this volume up here. It's higher than any of that in the past. Let me try to fix this again and make it kind of okay. So large volume spike there. And then up here in Rune, the volume spike was here. Now look at the volumes. Just went above the trend lines. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little, look back at it. There's a little bit that goes above the trend. I mean, that thing's exploded up. And um, then after that, we just kind of trended up, 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 down, down, down. I'm trying to get you to see. Down, 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 down. Back to volume. Up, 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 up. That's bullish. The coin chart, the chart's going down as volume goes up. Uh, Supposed to be the other way, right? The volume should be going down. There's less money, less volume, bringing the chart and the price and the coin down, and that's not what happened. So to my friend that showed this to me, I appreciate you. Um, we'll, again, we'll take a little look at this. One more look at this trend line. Well, we're hitting tapping right here. Because we talked about this. It's the 2023 summer lows, and this low right here, October, September 2020. 3 years later, we came down, we tapped it again. Guess where we're at right now? 2 years later, we're back to that. The the bear market lows. That's a bear market low. That's the bottom, right? All this is bear market. We just going sideways at the bottom. A little accumulation. Set 2020, right? Lows, bear market lows. Back here again in a really strong market, right? I mean, Bitcoin's just chilling up close to 100,000, and a lot of altcoins are at their bear market lows, and I kind of I like that. I I don't believe that. It's just personal opinion. I don't believe that these unless Bitcoin crashes right now, which is not what I'm expecting, but what I'm expecting doesn't matter. But it's not what I'm expecting, which means I'm expecting a lot of these coins to um, break out and get above these all-time highs. Unless you get another wick like these, like this one above the green line, above the green line, above. Now, if you get this again, you get the fake out for RUNE, and you go above the green line, and uh, this definitely can happen. That would be September, November, right? Let's see, December. So the speculation of this bull year is the top. Is it going to be different? Is it going to rhyme with the past? Are we going to top out at the end of the year, the bull market? So is that up here in December, November, December when it can top out, or is it going to be the right before the stay away in May and then end up back here? Well, nobody really knows, right? So uh, we're all going to find out together what plays out here, and it's going to be really exciting. But I do like these coins. They're down at the bottom, the bear market lows. I'm excited about a lot of them. And another thing I do like is uh, these wicks on Doge, wicking off the bottom, back to the low right there is that would be like one, two, three hits to the bottom. One hit, two hit, and if this is a high and that's a low three, um, well, I mean, I've seen these on much smaller time frames, and what they tend to do is go straight up. Um, I mean, this is a nice rounded bottom, solid handles. I don't like that down there, but um, let me see these S3, the M0, those numbers right there. That's a lot of support. Mm, now look at this little gray box. Can you see that gray box right there? Let's see what's to the left of that. Blue candles and red candles. So the blue is you can be a change of direction. Um, and as you notice, you have two of them right there. If you go into a smaller time frame, it'll probably start changing to green, maybe. Could be, but it left this little order block right here. So, I mean, could this end up being a cup and handle, which it looks like now? There's the cup, there's your drinking water, and that big trough right there, which is this big move. It leaves this big empty space. It's a nice, huge trough. A lot of nice consolidation. Take a deeper, closer look. You see this green candle right here, this bright green candle? That's probably why you got this rollover move right here. See how that's rolling over. which could create a handle, right? You can put your hand in there and grab that like a coffee cup or something. And you could hold with your hand. If you hold this, that's how you get your cup right here. There's your cup of water, and there's your handle. You can just hold on to that. Can it come down here on the 4 hour to the 50? I'm sure it can. Do you want it to? Not really, because that purple, that white line with the purple around it, you don't want to get back in there. Kind of want to stay above it. I mean, you could come in there. You don't want to drop, lose the bottom of that. Yeah, well, I don't really see below here. Kind of went, if you see, went up into the box, you then go to the top, which would technically break out. If you go through that, you could break out up there. But no, you went to the 50. That's the white line is the 50 move period. Moving average, rejection. You lost the bottom of that again, but I mean, look just below the bottom of it. You're catching it going back into that. You're being pulled back into that. Now that's back to the bottom, back to the top, and you're just staying right around here. What I do like, I'm seeing. Let's take a closer look. So we came back. That's the daily open right there. And see, sometimes when the M2's back down here, right below it, lining up with the 50, so you got some, kind of looks like a good spot that you could pause. It's not far. I mean, that's not bad. We're at 27 cents. So if you come back down here one more time, 50 period moving average, let's look left a little bit. Let's see what's over there. I'll tell you what I'm looking at in a second. So that's that green, that blue candle. And I keep looking left. Don't mind me as I see what's going on. More blue candles, red candles. Those are the power of three. Look at that. That's pretty powerful. One, two, three. And that can signal a bottom, just like it can signal a top with green candles. And then there's the blue reversal candle. So you got your bottom, the wick off bottom right here. So there's your wick. See the candle bodies, the big candle bodies, they agree that that's the bottom, and the wick rejected. The wick rejected, and they like that for temporary. It was the bottom. Now, look, it's a huge power of three. You're just consolidating in them big three candles. You'll notice the same with green candles when if you see them come in at the top. It doesn't always happen, but there's a strong possibility you're going to come back down, get the green candles, go further down, and then go up. So we have those red candles, those power of three over here. Let's see what they're gonna do. Now you notice we just consolidated inside the power of three right here. Just went sideways. We're not even back up to the top of them yet. Right there. Projection. And look what comes into play right there. The 800 EMA, that um the pinkish line right there ends up kind of being resistant. So this consolidation below that is really nice. That helps break through it. That's a lot of consolidation. That helps bust through that on top. And this is a nice, you fill up the gas right here and fill up the coffee, and then you see how big your handle needs to be. See, we come back down here, maybe to the S1 support, 25 cents, not far away. That's very nice. It could come down here so fast and explode, right? Build your cup and handle and it's just jet out of there. And you got plenty of water to drink as you're fighting your way up to the top. You're gonna be thirsty, right? Um, so let's see what happens with Doge and Doge to a dollar. Everybody has different idea. Most people here say Doge to a dollar, right? And what does it take to get Doge to a dollar? Well, it takes things like the Department of Government Efficiency. It's not that I agree or disagree with any politics, but there's your Doge. And um, it takes Elon to say one silly thing like last cycle. Uh, he would make little comments, and uh, we all know it. If you don't know, yeah, got in some trouble for trying to manipulate Doge or being they were trying to say he did, not that he did or didn't, or but looks like he did. If you look at lawsuits and stuff, and just open his mouth, so he's got, everybody. Yeah, it's pretty positive that has a lot to do with it. Yeah. So yeah, I like it. Let's take a look at some other. We looked at Aave. We look at XRP. Um, yeah. So I don't know. Look at that. The power of three on the 4 hour on Trump coin. Well, like I said, it doesn't always have to play out. But a lot of times it does. So let's see and pretend that it does play out. And where we at? It's kind of that same thing. 50 period moving average. Um, Power of three. Where do you come down to? I'd say back to maybe here somewhere. Because like I said, I was just comparing the three red candles and saying, well, what happens when it goes? What happens when you have three green candles? I was giving that example a minute ago. You can go back and look at that. Um, those three green candles usually get recovered. I mean, that it doesn't have to. It can change any time. They get recovered and then end up going down past it, which could be like right in here. Maybe even the M1. When you get to the previous daily highs and lows, sometimes you just get a wick below it and then explosion the other way. So that can kind of tell the Trump story right there. Three green candles. Remember what I said about tops? Look at these. They agree right here. They agreed with that. That was the top. However, boom, right? So it was like a handshake, but it wasn't. It was fake, and they didn't agree to it, and then explosion up. Got the buy-in and right back down. And probably, well, I shouldn't say that. I have no idea. It could save this for the bear market. I mean, we were just looking at what was that? Forget. You could save this little order block. See, I created that little gray box right there. You could find support on this 50 period 4 hour and just explode up. Um, and come back and get all that later. I mean, we'll have to see what happens. So my R3, these are support S2 resistance. So kind of saying that would be resistance. And once you usually get up here, it's either to the moon or that's resistance. That's over. All right. And just do me one favor if you're new. If you are new to crypto and trading and stocks and the whole market period, just try to keep in mind the go AMA, stay away AMA, however you want to look at it. Uh, because in history, uh, kind of says that that's what you should do. Can it be different this time? Absolutely. We're gonna find out shortly. Look at this. So that's Onyx coin. XCN. I was playing around with this, but it's kind of tough. I mean, look at this. This is February 15th, and then you just get this huge explosion up. Um, and zoom out a little bit more on Onyx coin. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. Sell off, and then explosion. That's what, February 11th. I mean, what we went from 18 cents to 27 cents. A nice move up there. I mean, catching the top of that, you gotta be darn good. Because look at that. The candle body's right here. The wick is all the way up here. And then straight down. I'm just looking at 50. I look at I found support on the 200 moving average. It kind of went below it a little bit. So if I was to draw trend lines, I'm sure it'd be coming across here and finding support somewhere at the trend line, and then maybe going up and finding more support somewhere in here. Just assuming when the trend line would be. Um, Go back and look. I mean, look at that. A lot of coins did this. January 16th. I mean, it's 4 cents. Zeros here. Yeah, I mean, enormous. Let's measure that. Um, that, my friends, is quite a large move. So I mean, we got. Let's see. Let's measure this. Yeah, sorry for that whistle. I hope I wasn't too loud. That's almost a. That's a sign. I don't know if I have the absolute bottom mark, but jeez, what a large move that is. Sorry, I just have to. Don't mind me. I am so sorry. I was hoping for the guy to come fix my washer. No judgment there. Um, I completely forgot about that. He was supposed to be here, so I don't want to miss that phone call. I need to make sure my washing machine gets fixed. Nice Samsung. Um, Unfortunately, I had a previous Samsung. The exact same thing went wrong. But anyway, enough about my washing machine. XCN, look at this. So we went to the 2 hour. Remember I talked about what coin we were just looking at and going through so much. Look at the R3. So remember seeing M5 R3 is usually breakout or rejection. And look what Onyx coin did. That was a perfect example. If you go back and look at what I was saying there. Um R3, M5, yesterday's high. See, I was talking about that. Sometimes you just gotta go back. What happens when you go above the daily high, the resistance levels, and it's honestly moving down a little bit. That's a you know, you see that. So let's go. This white line, that was a 50 period moving average. This solid green line right here, just exploding through that. That purple line up top is a 200 EMA, 50 EMA. That right there is usually bullish when you explode or get a green candle closing through the 50, but it was so large. Um, Played out perfectly. The 200 rejection on the 2 hour. I'm just looking at the 2 hour here. Kind of like looking at the 2 hour. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna come down to this. This is the pivot point where you kind of make the decision. A lot going on down here. You know what I didn't catch? It just went away. See that red line up here up top? The high ADR. When I tap it, it goes away, but it's right here. Um, that's the high average daily range, which is also really where you got your rejection off of with Onyx coin. Now, what do we do? Do we come back and recover this whole green, solid green move up? Or is that going to hold and be extremely bullish through the 50? Yeah, let's see. Let's go to a different time frame. The hourly. Let's zoom in a little bit. Now, my Degenerates is in the name of my channel. So the degens are going to be on the 1 minute. I mean, I love the 1 minute, but boy, it can be a heart attack if you're trading that 1 minute, and a lot of fun, and you can make a lot of money. Most of the time, people lose all their money when you're leverage trading the 1 minute. Good God, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that. But one day maybe we'll do a stream and have some fun on the 1 minute and do some trading. I don't, put 5, 10, 15 bucks in there. I'm probably gonna lose it, but um if we're just having fun and I'm not really doing a breakdown to see what's happening, what's not happening, just go in there and degen our lives away on the 1 minute. We'll do that one day, and just everybody, I who knows? Everybody does something different. You put a dollar, $100, $5, and just it has to be money that you're willing to lose, and just have some fun with it. Um, and when you're done, make sure if you don't want to be sad that day, uh and you're the 95% of us that losing leverage trading, or 90, however you want to look at it, 90%, then your day won't be so bad, and you had some fun, you had some euphoria, we had a great time, laughing, but you want to make sure you can laugh at the end and not be too sad. Let's see what else we got going on here. Take a look at Bitcoin, what it's doing right now. So, I don't think so. On Saturdays, the psychological high and low gets reset. See that right there? I'm pretty sure it hasn't started yet. It hasn't done it. So when it starts, you'll see uh that it's trying to it's calculating. It's the psychological high calculating, psychological low calculating. Um, and then throughout the week, you usually play off of those with the daily open, uh, and the psychological high and low. You see, right now we're sitting above them with Bitcoin, which is usually bullish, right? If you're trading okay, let's look at a couple things. So not so bullish right now, I guess, because this is the US Brinks box, which is created in between 9 and 9:30 in the morning. And you kind of want to be trading above that. This was the New York high. Um, this is all, yeah. There's London we talked about, UE, 3 a.m., right? See that time down there? Saturday, February 15th. Um, and these are, I have it marked for weekends. There's the London high. See what I remember when I told you about London, where the fun happens? So we went straight up to London, right? And just as I said, London early morning kind of marked the high. Um, when you went straight up from what, 3 a.m. to 8 a.m., and if you were sleeping, you missed the whole move. If you stayed up, if you started right here, uh, yeah, look at that. February 14th. There's the AM, 3 a.m., 8 a.m., 9, 8:30, and most people are asleep, and that's when the move happened. Uh, as I was saying earlier, and this Bitcoin just happens to be the great example of why. But back to bullish and bearish, so we're above the psychological high, which let's see if we lose it here and come down here a little bit. It's down below M2. I'd like to stay where we're at, but sometimes you need to come down a little bit to explode up, or if we're just consolidating, fine. Mm, yeah, red vector candle and mark bottoms, but we already went below it a little bit. Sometimes when I see that, you keep going. Oh, look at that. Look at what is green and the red and blue candles we talked about, the vector candles, hybrid trading system, what it's called. And that's a huge candle there, a huge red vector. I mean, geez, did we come back and get that right here, right? See that? We came back, that big gap right there. So here's the consolidation, finding support right here. See where we're at? These wicks. You're getting those wicks because look at all the support here. It's trying to find, it's coming just down to that. It's wicking off of That candle closes right here. And there's your red candle again, right? We just talked about those red and blue a minute ago. Back down to them. So do we find support in this range? Let's see. I hope so. Psychological high, staying above that would be nice. Um, get above the daily open, get above, not the weekend, London and but let's go to the weekday. Didn't go on a 5 minute, so you kind of better to zoom out to find those. Let me zoom out a little more. Ooh, look at my trend lines for Bitcoin playing out perfectly. What a mess, right? When you watch when you get the hybrid trading system out of the way, uh, things up nicely. Forgive me there. Let's get VWAP out of the way. Everything's out of the way. Stop looking at those blue and red candles for a little bit and look at my trend lines. So we didn't look at all of these trend lines earlier. We just kind of looked at the ones above. But look at if you notice how it works, yeah, look at them and pretend they're highway lanes, and maybe some of them are smaller, so bike lanes. But I mean, boy, look at it tapping and working the lines. It just stays right on them, right above them. So once you get a little savvy, like my seniors, savvy seniors, crypto degens and friends, you can figure this stuff out by yourself and draw these lines and find support and resistance with them. And then once you learn how to draw them, they kind of all play out together now. Notice how they were coming, the lines here, they were squeezing together, right? And right where that triangle, right where all of those hitting rejection, support, so something's happening here. We got tight. And what are we doing? Are we coming up out of it? Now look at this again. We talked about these earlier. Get above this, is that going to be absolute support, which would make a new high in here? Now we talked about this. Look at these green candles. Let's see what color they are. Return on our hybrids trading system. Of course, they're big bright green candles, not three in a row. We're on the daily time frame, so you zoom in, they could be. Again, these can be recovered in the bear market. So, what's the bear market low going to be? Now, if you look at the bottom of Bitcoin, you keep going back and looking at the very bottom, uh, you'll find that there's still some down there that haven't been recovered. Um, so if we ever have a stock market crash and like you've seen way back in the day, God forbid, you have people jumping out of buildings and nobody wants to see any of that. But do we go down to the very bottom where those green candles are at? And they are all the way at the bottom. So, we don't want to see that. It doesn't have 100% have to be recovered. So as long as Bitcoin and Dogecoin, if you're able to check out the London Opens and the New York Opens, uh, whatever system you want to use. And nice if you stay above those. It's pretty bullish. Just some small tips as I'm talking. No, it doesn't mean if you figure that out. And the only reason you see these on here is because I just have the weekend opens and closes set. But most people don't use those because, again, weekends can be light. Um, oh, let's take a look at. Okay, interesting. All right, so let's see what else we sold. Everybody loves soul coins. These are uh, some people say it takes your soul. I mean, they're so freaking old. You can either get rich overnight or go broke overnight with a lot of the soul coins. A lot of them pump and dump. The Trump Melania coins are on soul. So, for example, we saw what happened to those if you invested in them. It doesn't mean it's over. Um, and consolidated these lows and what Sol is doing, and then go to the moon. Like they never came down. And unfortunately, most people bought the top and they sell the bottom. And I'm just looking at Sol here, and then it explodes when they sell the bottom. Everybody tends to do it as once at the same time. Let me zoom out on Sol. What we got going on? Go to the daily time frame. Oh, nice. So the best thing to do is when you're not always looking at coins every day and you zoom out, it's just trending upwards since last year, 2023 to be fair. I mean, where did I buy? I so I got a good buy and then I just sold too early with Soul. So I am bought, let me see, right down, yeah, $10 somewhere in here. Then it went up and I sold somewhere in here. I have a friend that did much better. He held maybe somewhere in here from that $10 low. Well, I think it went lower than that, but low to me because that's where I bought a little bit at. And man, I wish I would have held that and even bought a little more. But as you can see, so there's a low, there's a higher low, higher low, higher low. There's your high, 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 higher high. So Sol's making higher highs and higher lows on the daily, like most coins, um, but boy, if you were a part of this, look at this. Let me get my so if you it's $79, you went straight up to $200. A nice move, but boy, then you're half of your money. So you bought, 2,000 spot up here, you had 1,000 left down here, and then you added 1,000 more to it, and then up here, um, yeah, boy, nice chunk of change up there. So, but doing that, it's really tough because look at these. Remember earlier we were talking about the Bitcoiners. So 200 up, 100, 190, for example, 125. That's tough. 200. Look at the wick right back down. I mean, good God, that's tough, man, for anybody. And I think in here I might have been buying Brett and Mew somewhere in here, and it was just tough because this was a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. It trended down. Then got really tight and squeezed up. So now you go from $100 to right with the wicks. Now you did a quick 4x, not 4x, but number four, and the x is four times. And not really. I see three, so you went from 100 to 300. That's three times your money. And the leverage traders, boy, did they get paid right there if they can catch that. That's not easy because when you see all this, how hard it is to buy here and hold all the way up to here when you just experienced all that. It's um there's a trader out there. What does he say? This is the one way or another. It's the hardest, easiest way to make money, or the easiest, hardest way to make money. Because what it means is it's so easy to put your money in there, but good God, is it hard to make a dollar because of all this movement? I mean, you're just gonna get shaken out, and that's what the big money does. And fortunately, that's why they continue to make money. Here's a daily red wick, January Sunday on a Sunday. That's interesting, right? January 19th. We went straight up to $300. Let me look at that. Let's just start from here. 219 to the moon, almost 300. You think you're going somewhere? 229. What do you do, right? That is why you hear many people talking about DCA, dollar cost average. Um, DCA, you do the hardest thing, which is buy the fear when everybody's scared. You know what the fear and greed index is? It's just an app. You can download it, keep an eye on it. when it's low, you want to buy, and when people are in extreme fear, and it's not always the case, right? But in bull markets, it's quite nice, which is what we're considered in now. We're in the bull market. So if you just bought the last couple days of fear, doing well, right? What week or two, and I don't. My friend had me looking at buying coin. I might have it in here somewhere. And when he was telling me about it, it was a lot higher, and unfortunately, he bought it a lot higher. But it's okay, you know. I only say that because nobody knows. So he's DCAing. That's how you win dollar cost average. This is buying coin. This is what he told me about. And if you look at it, there's tons of fundamental news about it, and I don't like fundamentals, but sometimes they play out, and it's just like what the coin does. That means what it does, what it's going to be used for. Is it going to be used for cat like um currency on Twitter, where you use Vine to buy and sell stuff? You buy Vine and then you buy and sell or whatever, right? But basically, I think that's the concept behind it. Uh, and as you can see, I was drawing this blue downtrend. I just was messing around this off a little bit. I see, but that's because when I probably was playing around with it before I closed it. But you went down here, you held that trend, and right here at 15 cents, I think we were talking about it. Maybe a little higher. And then look what happened since then. So funny part was I told him, hey, buy down, and if you buy, we weren't, neither one of us knew where it was gonna go, but I looked at the charts, as you can see, my blue line that's extended here, and I could go back and show you, interestingly enough, where I drew that blue line, and guess where the bottom is at right now? The bottom of that blue line. It couldn't have played out any better for me if I was trading this coin or buying it, but I wasn't. But guess what? Now it looks like it could be the perfect time to buy, maybe even a little lower. But what I said to him was, well, if you buy at 8 cents, which is we were talking up here somewhere. I said I looked and I marked this. I said, well, if you buy down here at 8 cents somewhere, it'll make you feel better about riding the coin back up. And I'm hoping it does that, right? And um, so I texted him. I said, "Hey, did you buy any around 8 cents?" Because obviously it's a couple pennies lower now, and it still could go down a little bit. And his words to me were he's still DCAing, which is a beautiful thing because your dollar cost average in, and you use money that you don't need, so you don't have to pull it out. Because if you're buying higher like he did, uh, and you put too much money in there and you have to and it drops and drops and drops, well, you're supposed to be adding, not supposed to be, but that's the idea, or dollar cost average. You get your cost average lower, so as it goes down in the bull market, you kind of add in at different places bit by bit, and that's what he said he was doing. So not only did he get the 8 cents buy, he's doing it here, and he's prepared to do it even a little bit lower, which means he didn't go all in. And did he probably put maybe a little too much up here, maybe? And guess what? That was on news, so that was bullish news. He was telling me this was happening and this was happening, and he was really excited, and which made me a little nervous about the coin. Um, because as soon as the euphoria gets in and there's news being spread that's gonna be used for this and that, that's used, marking the local top or the top, or and then when you get the mass fear, everybody's scared, kind of like now. Um, Sometimes in a bull market that marks the bottom. So I've been rambling on for a little while now. I think we're gonna bring the stream to an end. Let's just take a look through my watch list and see what's going on with everything. This is fun. If anybody's in the stocks, I told a friend about this one at $24, and funny enough, I have his WhatsApp that, and he says, "Hey man, why didn't you tell me about that lower? You could have told me about it lower." I said, "I'm telling you about it now. And look at it, it's at $32. That's a nice move, and that's you notice I have it next to AT&T. They do stuff with AT&T, Space Mobile satellites and whatever. Um, and there was fear that that might not work out too well with Elon doing all his updates. But anyway, it made a beautiful move up. Um, I'll tell you another quick story. Um, so as I scroll down here, look at this. Uh, Um, that's beautiful. That's the futures market, and it's at 22,200. That's bullish. That's sitting at all-time highs, highest it's ever been. Not right, maybe at the top, but close enough. That's same thing with the S&P 500. Oh, this is the Nasdaq, sorry. They call it, it's the futures market though, is what I have up. Um, Meta's up, right? Uh, Microsoft is up. Now look at this right here. And this right here, Bitcoin dominant. So right now, USDT is cash, right? It's cash dominance, US Tether dominance, and Bitcoin dominance, which is against the altcoin. So if these two have dominance, there's a lot of money in cash. People are holding cash, big money, and they're not buying. Um, and Bitcoin dominance means the alts are going to be down against Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the dominance, it's Big Daddy, and when that's down, the alts will be up, and when the top one's down, everything will be up. You hope, right? Netflix, look at Netflix, man, right here. Boy, that's $1,000. I mean, I remember when everybody was talking about it did worse than crypto, and I think it went down to 200 or less. I mean, it actually got wrecked, right? And now look at it. Boy, you made some good money there. Tesla, Google, iBit, that's stock market's version, one of their versions of Bitcoin. Funny story, NOV right here. Um, had a friend telling me about a stock. Uh, it was it was a medical company and it got wrecked, and I happened to find I looked at the wrong NOV, and I did I made some money by accident just by looking at the chart, and I caught it lower and it exploded up a little bit. And yeah, so what's up? Litecoin made a nice move. I mean, that was just sitting around 120. I was doing a little trading on that, and uh purple purple Pepe, it's meme coin, you can make some money, but it's extremely dangerous. TRX is green today, and Litecoin, we looked at that. Cost is up, right? Uh, Bitcoin against the British pound. Hey, look at that for you English folks out there, my British fam. Uh, Talk to it, right? Got wrecked. Shib went to my bottom. Shib might, I'm kind of salty about Shib, so I held it most of the last cycle. And just like it is at now, 1600, as everything else was exploding, SHIB kind of just went sideways. And I was just chilling on SHIB, just thinking one day it was gonna have its time. And it did in a couple hours maybe. And this is when I first got into crypto, showing to people. I'm like, look, it's exploding. I knew nothing about crypto, thought it was gonna go up forever. And guess what happened? It did not go up forever, as Bitcoin does not really ever go just completely straight up. But as a newbie back then, uh, I won't say I got what I deserved, but I didn't do my own research. Um, I didn't do my due diligence and learn. And I think my couple dollars went to $800. I was excited and I watched it painfully go all the way back down. Um, and that comes down to picking coins, and that's watching one streamer. That's what this market is all about, is picking your coins, right? So Are the memes, soul memes, gonna go absolutely ham, or will this be the coins that coins of what for example, like Trump's what's his company? God, I forget. Having a brain, but he bought. I think his company bought Link and maybe some Aave and uh, those rumors of XRP. Um, whatever. They bought a couple coins and with some rumors of some Ondo, right? And um, everybody, like for example, with that, everybody. That's a good example also of when people big names start buying, you kind of want to get away for a little bit, and I kind of mark stops, and that's what happened uh, with that. But back to the coins, like Aave, Link, XRP, if that's what he bought, I think there was another one, Ondo, uh, the utility coins, right? They're going to be used, actually used for something. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, can't remember. I thought there was one more that he bought, but I don't really remember. Let me check something here. Let's go over here and I'm trying to see. Make sure this. Oh, so sorry. Whatever. Actually, get a little treat there. Um, so as you get